going, everyone? Ooh, turn that down. Elgato was still super loud from Death Stranding last night. How is everyone doing today? It is Thursday morning here in the UK. We have the data download for both Global and JP. So if you've logged into your game, you should have your the data download ready. Yeah, Petan jump scare. RIP headphone users. Yeah, I hope everyone is doing well today. Jaren, Soul Halo, Kieran, Katie Louise, how's it going? Shout out to Katie Louise for the 5 super chat. Morning, Niggid, how are you? Long time no see. Yeah, it's been a while. I hope you've been okay. We got Drace. Mega Nice is here, the menace himself. Aaron Phillips, just stop by and say hi. Going to bed. Young man needs his beauty sleep. Petan the Deafening. Exia Gogeta. Yep, another Gogeta. Death Stranding was at like 8 PM yesterday, so 12 hours ago. For 2 hours. Okay, so they've made it so Cell Max gets his thing if he dodges, which I think he did anyway. Interesting. Yeah, they've added only the Dragon Ball Super Golden Freezers to Space Rolling Warriors, and all Gogetas have been added to Accelerated Battle, which is pretty cool. Hey, shout out to Mega Nice for re-upping their channel membership 16 months in the Lobster Squad. You love to see it. This is the best 24 hours of Dokkan in a long while because FOB is unavailable, aka the game is pure and clean. True, yeah, that's a good point actually, because if the event is down temporarily while they prepare for adding the new mission, that means the game currently does not have Festival of Battles in it, and therefore is back to being perfect. Good times. Tanabar, oh yeah, I saw a lot of people saying about that. So like Broly confirmed for part 2 because he's on the wallpaper, but I saw someone else say that like the Tanabar wallpaper pretty much always has both the characters on it, though last year's was just Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but then they used the argument that like people thought it was going to be Baby, and then it wasn't Baby because he wasn't on the wallpaper, whereas Broly literally is on there. Where's the picture that somebody posted? I should get that up for the video. I need to make a video going over the data download because it dropped like right before the stream started and I didn't have time to do it like separately. There you go, that's the wallpaper tweet. Waiting for clone Gogeta event of Golden Frieza and Sphere lead with Gogeta. Clone event, what? Just been suffering from a cold and chest infection and finally recovered from it. Oh, that's good to hear. About that Marseillan, I know, right? So, what a crazy lineup for an anniversary. So, Dragon Ball, the Super Divers, the thing that replaced Heroes, for their first anniversary, the big trailer, like characters, like what a crazy combo. The characters are, like, from what I saw, Blue Gogeta, Vegito Blue, and then Marseillan. Like him among, like, with those two is great. But yeah, Big TX over on the Twitch side, how's it going? Yeah, fix the categories. Mandalorian Legion. Yeah, like, a couple of people tagged me in the that divers video with the Marseillan thing on it. Because yeah, obviously best case scenario is that in November, to replace Heroes, we get a divers crossover thing and we get a Dokkan Fest Marseillan. That would be pretty awesome. Because, yeah, there's a lot of crossover-y type things that they could do now for November. We already talked about Sparking and Gohan Black and stuff multiple times before. But, like, yeah, with the Divers stuff, they could quite easily do something like that. Video about should we summon or not. Yeah, I will. Excuse me. I always do a summon or skip video like the day before a banner comes out. We don't know the full banner lineup, but we've seen one of the arts in the data download. So we kind of know roughly, because even though he's not pictured on the banner, Tech UI Goku should be on there because he's the previous Tanabata unit, and they normally do that where the previous unit is on the banner. So he should be on there. Glorio and Daima Goku are on there, which is pretty cool. They're both still, like, somewhat useful. That is true, the wallpaper could just be Goku, but...
Alright, let's do this.
STR Perfect Cell. Waiting for Broly. Carlos King, how's it going? Waiting for Broly, Wrath standalone. Yeah, Wrathful Broly would be awesome. Hey, shout out to Preston Kitty for the $5 super chat. He says, what's up, guys? My phone arrived yesterday, runs godlike, smooth as butter. Plus, I kept all my stones. Thank Kami and Mac and Sif. Yeah, the Mac and Sif blessing. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, as long as you go Android to Android or iOS to iOS, you don't lose your stones. So, yeah, that's always good. It's still weird that you do. I don't really understand why. If it transfers over all your other data, it can't transfer over the number of stones you have. It seems weird. But yes, that is the case. So, but yeah, W's for Preston in the chat. Appreciate you. I can already see it. Banner, Jacket Goku, and LR Broly Part 2. Oh, well, them together, like Blue Jacket Goku and Broly as a reversible exchange Carnival LR. Could you imagine that? And then they had like Pure Saiyans 220. That'd be crazy. I don't know if they would they ever go like full on just like Pure Saiyans like for a Carnival lead? That'd be so good.
Alright, let's do this.
I'm working on grinding medals for Gogeta. Okay, so yeah, remember that I saw the thing in the data download for the missions. So all of the Gogeta medals that you need to awaken Frieza and Gogeta, you get from the missions. So you don't need to pre-farm any medals or anything. Well, at first, yeah, I thought it might have said meant banner unit Jacket Goku, but remember that Carnival LR banners for like Part 2, there won't be a banner unit. Because Carnival LRs don't get banner units. So that's something to be aware of, I guess, if you're making your predictions for Part 2. There won't be a banner unit. It will just be the Carnival LR, and then a bunch of other LRs featured, and then some other random, horrible, terrible units featured. Although there'll be a lot of random banner units featured, so I could imagine that like that Int Golden Frieza might be featured, which, I mean, he's a bit outdated at this point, realistically, but he is a Super Boss's support and a Golden Frieza, so he supports the new unit and links with the Frieza part of the card, so... So I need to set up the data download thing to do, but I'm just going to might as well be doing something in the background, so we're going to get some more stages of this EZA done. Gotta wait for LR Golden Frieza. Yeah, LR Golden Frieza's Easy A isn't straight away. I kind of expected that. It's annoying that they show it in the... They showed it on, like, the stream, but then it's not going to be available straight away. But...
All right, let's do this.
Oh wait, it's all not on it. And hopefully Mechikabra picked up the orbs that Mechikabra needs, but we do get a Divers crossover and the Make Marseille and the Dokkan Fest. They can finally EZA the Xenoverse units. Exactly, I know. It all makes so much sense, but that's probably why they might not do that. Yeah, it would definitely be interesting for the Goku, like Bird Coup and Cooler to EZA, but I feel like they're probably going to save them for the anniversary. Don't know. Yeah, we're getting 28 tickets as well. So everyone gets 28 free, like, summons. Although some of them don't come out until the next day, that's the thing. You get some tickets from the... on day one, from, like, the Seriously Serious event and stuff like that, but then Dokkan Day is, like, the next day. And you get more tickets from that as well. It's only another 7, I think, but, yeah, it means, like, I guess you can, like, not go crazy on day one. And if you don't pull them, you're still going to get 7 more tickets the next day. Which is only one more chance at doing, like, you know, 1 7-unit multi, but... even so, still another chance to get the units. I wonder why. This is one of the things about the friend system that always confuses me, right? I've had days where I've done like 30 or 40 extra stages on this EZA, and there's always been a Limit Breaker for Geo guest, because obviously he's the leader that most people use in this event, so there's always like a guest friend one. And yet, like, now, today, there isn't one at all. Even though it's the friend that I've been using for, like, basically every single stage. I never understand that. The sooner we can just copy our own friend lead, the better. Yeah, Xenoverse, the game that never dies. Very true. That'd be kind of crazy. Daima Goku being Saiyan Days, and they can EZA the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But remember, we didn't get the EZA for Vegeta and Trunks, who were the Tanabar unit before him, until the GDC. But I suppose it doesn't mean they can't EZA him like a little bit earlier. But is Gogeta passive only defense, support, or attack as well? I think it's only defense. Let me double check. Is it on when attacking? Yeah, because it's he gets 10% attack, and then it's and all allies defense 10%, self-excluded when attacking. So he gets 10% attack per key sphere, and all allies get 10% defense per key sphere when he attacks. Right, anyway. Get this data download stuff done. We can do that. I need to do this data download video. Get the chat up on my phone though so I can see it. Yeah, we'll talk about that in the video, but yeah, the banner comes out earlier than expected. So instead of coming out, it seems like, let me double check Dokkan info the time again. Instead of coming out like super early tomorrow morning, it comes out at like 1 AM. And it's 2 AM. Ugh. So yeah, it'll be a, rather than get up like super early, it'll be a stay up late night tonight, by the looks of it. Yeah, I forgot, because Proton's thing always says like British Standard Time or whatever, but it's British, or GMT, but it's GMT +1 currently, until the clocks go back. They go back next, right? Yeah, so the banner's out at like 2 AM UK time, because the countdown is in like 17.5 hours. Alright. First two red zone stages are versus Chaditz and Nappa and Vegeta. Nice. I was so close to beating Festival Battles yesterday, ran out of counters for Gogeta. Honestly, with the missions being added, you should probably not even bother trying Festival Battles like before the missions get added, because imagine if you had beat it yesterday, now you have to do it again like tomorrow. Which would be incredibly annoying. And units are going to be on the summon points. Well, that's the other disappointing thing as well, is we now know like that there's no pity, because there's no coins in the data download. So okay, let's go for this then. All right. Okay. Hey guys, Marzingan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so today we are going to go over the data download that has dropped now on both versions. That includes all of the stuff for the start of the Transcendent Dokkan campaign. I've still got to get used to saying that instead of saying Tanabata. The release of Golden Frieza and Gogeta. We have a bunch of stuff in the data about the events, upcoming missions, exactly when everything is coming out. And a bunch of other stuff as well, including a potential hint as to who the Part 2 LR is going to be. So, as always, shout out to our boy Proton over on Twitter for compiling the data download thread, so we can see all the info in one handy place. So make sure you follow him if you're not already. But yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. So this is all the stuff that's in the files. Obviously, we've got the memorial stones there. We've got new special tickets. There is one very particular thing missing that we will talk about as well. But so obviously we have a promo movie as always. Like, we just always get these now, which is cool. Like, it was always an interesting thing when they first started. Like, a couple of the big celebrations got them, but obviously now we just get one of these for every single celebration. So we have the Golden Frieza and Gogeta assets. Obviously we saw the SSR and TUR arts on the live stream. They had them on the big screens behind them. So we've seen the arts for these guys. I still think the art's super cool. I love the idea of like them both having the sort of gold glow. The fact that Gogeta only goes Super Saiyan instead of blue to kind of keep with the golden theme of the card, I think is really cool. And then we have the banner unit Vegeta. And talked about how cool his art is. Like, even the SSR art is kind of cool. So banner unit Vegeta and the new unit. We also have obviously the Dokkan event. Chaos Conquering Power is pretty cool. We'll look at the missions. The unit does require other Gogeta medals. I think they're the STR because it's like the base Gogeta on the actual medal. But there are missions, as always, to get extra medals, and those do actually include the ones that you need for Gogeta, so you don't need to pre-farm any medals. So we've got Seriously Serious Stage 5, which is going to be versus Super Saiyan Broly. This is coming out at the same time as the banner, because this is the stage where you will be able to get tickets in order to do some free summons, and we'll go over those missions and everything here in a moment. So that comes out at the same time as the banner, so you can get those tickets straight away. Obviously, make sure you do that first and use the tickets to summon first, because you might pull him off of the free tickets. I'm still yet to pull any of the new units from the free tickets, so I'm very much hoping that this could be the first time, because I'd very much like to get this unit, but also not go like all in on part 1. So we will see how that goes. Then we have the new Red Zone that's coming out, the Pure Saiyans edition. This is also dropping at the same time. We've got 2 stages. The first one will be versus Raditz, and then the second stage is versus Nappa and Vegeta. We can take a quick look at the stage on Dokkan Info in a moment. We can't see their stats yet, but we can see like some of their abilities and stuff like that. Then we've got a new Battlefield. Battlefield, unfortunately, going back to normal. It would have been really cool if they'd kept the same GDC format as before, where there's only like 3 fights now, but it is going back to the normal format where you have like 112 characters and then go from there as usual. So it's not the end of the world. I mean, the old Battlefield, it's nothing special. I didn't mind it. I liked the change, but it's not the end of the world. It's going back to the other one. So we have a new wallpaper that we'll be able to get for completing certain missions from the campaign. As you can see, we've got like a cool Dragon Ball Super Broly background with Goku and Vegeta in their winter coats with Broly in the background and Frieza. We can take a closer look. There's a better picture of that I've got up here in a sec that we can have a look at. Then we've got the Memorial Stones. Obviously, we know we're getting these based on the stones that we've spent over the last year, and these will be able to be exchanged for tickets. Like I say, last year when I did a video talking about the Memorial Stones like the other day, last year we were able to exchange some of these tickets, stones, for the actual like rainbow tickets for the Tanabata banner. So that would be very cool if we could do that again, because you can potentially get some extra tickets for summoning for Frieza and Gogeta. So that'll certainly be very interesting if that is indeed the case, but we will have to wait and see. And there's a new redstone, so everyone will get a redstone, or 2 or 3, I'm not sure, and you'll be able to pick some of those redstone units. Obviously the redstone's really good for getting units who are getting or who have gotten super easy A's. So some of these older units that have been getting their super easy A's or are next in line, always worth hanging on to these till we see the full details of the celebration, because for example Tech Golden Frieza will potentially be available with these and might get a super easy A. So always worth hanging on to them to see what happens. Then we get the special ticket 7. So again, this is the one for summoning on the actual banner for Frieza and Gogeta. Then we have the celebration summon ticket. These are the ones that you will trade the Memorial Stones for to summon on the banner. And then of course there's purchasable Dokkan Fest tickets as well, as there always is now on Global, right, for every banner. So we've got a unique title for Champion of the Festival with Gogeta on it. This will be for beating the new mission for Festival Battles. And then we have the banner asset for the banner. So as you can see here, whilst this isn't the full banner lineup, and I'll do a video going over the full banner predictions and whether you should summon and all that, like summon or skip stuff, in a separate video later on. But we can see here we've got the new Frieza and Gogeta. Both the Golden Week units are returning, the Tech Kaioken Goku and the Int Hit. And then we have the banner unit Vegeta, obviously, and then Glorio. So obviously straight away we can assume Daima Goku will probably be on here as well. And Tech UI Goku should be on here because the previous Tanabata unit is always on there. Now, one thing we did see in the data with all that stuff, or didn't see, is there is no new pity coin. Therefore, this banner isn't going to have pity. The only good thing about that is that it means there probably won't be 10 featured units. So if there's these 5 guys on here now, we could literally just have Daima Goku and then Tech UI Goku, and that will be 7 units. and it'd just be a 7-unit featured banner, which will be interesting because then there's no characters on there that are getting easy A's, because normally the banner lineup is a good indication as to who's going to easy A. But with no pity, it does mean that it probably won't be a 10 featured unit banner, which is also kind of good. You do get the summon points as well, and it is going to be 3+1 for the first, like, what, just over 10 days. But I'll do a video going into the banner in more detail later on. So, but yeah, I don't think the banner is completely terrible. I mean, obviously Tech Kaioken Goku's not that great. Banner unit Vegeta is pretty decent. I see people massively underrating how useful Rainbow Orb changing is. Like, I see people who have just said, like, oh, well, he's not a support, so he's useless. But, like, Rainbow Orb changing is a kind of support, especially for characters that want orbs, like the new Gogeta, right? So then we've got a new title screen. We've got some new idle animations. There's a Golden Frieza one, which obviously makes sense. There's one for Broly. I think this is, like, the second movie Broly, because he's obviously technically different to the movie one. They don't have the same idle animation. I think it looks very similar to the one the other Broly has. And then we have a base Gogeta one, because obviously we're getting a new base Gogeta. And then we just got some assets in here as well. So a lot of interesting stuff in the data download. Everything in here in terms of the new events is all starting at the same time. So the celebration kicks off, the banner is out, the new events are out, the memorial stones should all be out pretty much straight away. I know they are distributed based on the last digit of your user ID, so some people have to wait longer than others to get those stones, but they get given out sequentially. There's also a couple of other changes. So all of the Dragon Ball Super Golden Freezers and all of the Dragon Ball Super Gogetas are added to Accelerated Battle. Frieza's being added to Space Traveling Warriors is such a good, like, I don't know why they weren't on there in the first place. So this is one of those weird category issues in Dokkan that we always talk about, that we've been talking about for ages in the game, that this should be in there. But yeah, these guys, although it is only the Dragon Ball Super Golden Freezers, so LR Golden Freezer isn't on there. It's literally like these guys, which, to be honest, doesn't really make a huge difference. I mean, the free-to-play one, I guess, could get an easy A. And then, like, the int support one that came out for the 9th anniversary, he would be useful for supporting the team if he wasn't, like, you know, over a year and a half old now and kind of outdated. And it's probably too early for him to get an easy A. So this change for the Golden Freezers probably isn't really that impactful. But Gogeta's being added to Accelerated Battle is pretty cool. And then we can see here, this is a better, like, closer up image of the wallpaper. Now, I was saying, a lot of people think that this is going to be a hint for Broly being the Part 2 LR, which obviously a lot of people want that to be the case anyway. But the big thing is that in previous years, the Tanabata wallpaper has usually had the Part 2 LR on it, because most of the time the Tanabata wallpapers have been the two characters fighting each other. Although the year before last, when we got the Super Saiyan 4 Goku full power, it was just him and then, like, the other Hybrid Saiyans from the ritual, like, in the background. So it's not 100% every time, but a lot of people think this could be a hint for Part 2 Broly. Obviously the Coat Goku is on there. Somebody in chat said, like, reversible exchange Coat Goku and Broly, which would be kind of cool. Obviously with this Gogeta and Frieza, whilst they didn't fight together, they also didn't fight each other. But in the future, seeing reversible exchange units of characters that actually fought against each other would be kind of cool. But yeah, that's a closer look at the wallpaper. So now if we take a look at the upcoming missions, so we can see here we've got the... where's my Dokkan info? There we go. So we've got the list of missions here. So EX missions for the Seriously Serious event. Just beating the stage once gives you the 14 medals to summon on the banner. Beat it within 4 turns. Beat it with an extreme character of each typing. Then we've got 6 physical characters. So I'm assuming that the Broly boss is going to be STR. And then beat all missions. So remember to, like, regardless of how hard these other missions are, you just have to beat the stage once with any team you want. And you'll get the free tickets to summon on the banner. So that's 14 of those there. Then we've got a bunch of these are just missions for the actual celebration in general. So clearing stages a certain number of times with extreme tech character, because obviously the new unit is extreme tech. Transformation boost. These are going to give you skill orbs for the Gogeta and Frieza. So obviously most of these missions will be completed. If you pull the new unit, you can just do all of these missions with the new character. But obviously if you don't have them, you just have to use characters from those other categories. Then we have the Dokkan Special Day mission. So remember, these will start like the day after. So these, you know, the banner's going to come out later tonight. And then these extra tickets won't be available until the 30th when Dokkan Day is officially on. But you'll get 7 extra tickets just from doing the link level stage. And then, yeah, some of the other normal, like, just sets of rewards. And then 7 other tickets for beating all of the missions. So that's another 14 tickets. So you're going to get 14 tickets on day 1 from the Seriously Serious event. And then 14 tickets on the 30th from Dokkan Day. So that's why I say don't go like ham and use all your stones on day 1, because you're going to get another 14 tickets on the 30th as well. So that is something to bear in mind. Then we got, these are the missions for the Dokkan Fest medals. So just beating the stage, beating it with a character of each typing, no items, and then within 5 turns. But as you can see, you get the medals for Gogeta here. Adds up to 35. Those are exactly how many of those Gogeta medals you need. So you don't need to pre-farm any medals for Gogeta. And then obviously you'll get a few extra Frieza ones, and then they just drop from that stage. So that should be awakening them nice and easy. Then we got the red zone missions. Beat stage 1, beat stage 2. And then there's a mission for beat stage 1 with 6 movie bosses characters. So that's interesting. And then we can see the Festival of Battles mission. So complete a team that use characters of the 3 specified super types. So you have to use a super STR, a super physical, and a super int on your team, not including the friend. And the mission is for 15 stones and the wallpaper, seemingly, the title, which is, we talked about the other day how kind of annoying it is that Festival takes like 2.5 hours to beat, and the reward is 15 stones and a title that you potentially aren't going to use. But either way, 15 stones, we'll take it. Even though it takes, like I say, 2.5 hours to get, but that'll be something that I end up doing off camera because it's too long to even do on a single stream. But 15 stones. And then the Seriously Serious event itself has its own missions for beating the stage, beating it with 6 fusion characters, and then beating it with 6 movie boss characters. And that gets you a bunch of extra stones as well. So these are all the missions that will be available for tomorrow. Like I say, you can get 14 of the free tickets for Dokkan Day, which is on the 30th, and 14 free tickets straight away from the Seriously Serious event. So, and then this is the red zone, right? We don't have the proper title card here yet, but stage 1 versus Raditz. So Raditz has an AoE super, although we can't see how much damage it does yet. He can't be sealed, can't be attack or defense line, so he can be stunned. And if you bring a Goku, he gets 50% extra attack. So that's interesting. No toxic mechanic. I mean, AoE is kind of annoying, but... and then we've got Nappa and Vegeta. Nappa doesn't have an AoE. Raises attack. No stunning ceiling or anything like that. Attack 200% on the 5th turn. So if you don't beat him in 5 turns, he gets a massive attack buff. Then we've got Tech Vegeta. No status effects. Attack 30% within the turn with each attack received. So each hit he gets stronger. And he lowers defense on super. And then you fight the Giant Ape Vegeta. So none of these guys have an AoE. Oh, he has locking. Wonderful. So the Giant Ape Vegeta has locking. Can't be stunned or sealed or defense lowered, but he can be attack lowered. And then he gets 50% attack with each turn passed and 50% defense with each turn passed. So aside from the locking, doesn't seem too bad for these first 2 stages. So let me know what you guys think. That's everything from the data download. So everything is coming out later on. Like I say, it's going to be technically late tonight. I mean, it is technically early morning for me because it's like 2 a.m. But late tonight, everything will be starting. The Memorial Stones should be rolling out like from the start of the celebration. Although, like I say, they come out sequentially, so people might have to wait a little bit longer to get theirs. And hopefully we can get some of the extra free tickets with those as well. So that'll be quite good. But yeah, let me know all your thoughts on everything in the data download. What are you most looking forward to? Are you going to be summoning? I'll do a video going over the banner properly and like the summon or skip stuff later on. So yeah, let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. Okay. Alright, there we go. So that's the data download stuff. I need to just get that uploaded here straight away. Let's move move that over there. Shout out to Picchio for the follow over on the Twitch side. But yeah, the banners are out at like 2 AM UK time, so it's like 17, just over 17 hours from now, something like that. Yeah, just over 17 hours from now. Yeah, Anto, how's it going? I don't know why I would never remember this. If they have a paid stone. There's going to be purchasable tickets. I'm not sure if there's there might be the sales that have like the blue stone or the purple stone thing, potentially, but where's that? Right, so let's get this uploaded. Definitely going to do a video later talking about that, the Marseillan thing though. Make a quick thumbnail as well. Should get you once more when you're shunned again. I mean, yeah, Anto does actually seemingly have the ability to get sniped. My side hustle was a roadside construction worker in Death Stranding. I do want people to see that. People need to see how much work and work I've been putting into building those roads. I wonder if, since the data download is out, has anyone posted, if Kua's posted like the high quality versions of the assets? I didn't even notice that. Proton posted a thing about the, it was only like 10 minutes ago. Apparently the DBS story event, which I'm guessing is the one you farm the Broly and the Golden Frieza from, is being upgraded into one of the like DB story things. So I wonder if they'll easy A the free-to-play characters. Let's see, where's Kua's thing? Okay, no, they haven't been posted yet. One game will get mini Forku, yeah, because nobody has him. Yeah, I know. Okay, no, I can't use that one. was the wallpaper one? I swear, like, there's always things that I see, whether it's like someone posts like an asset or something, and I always see it, and then later on I think, oh, that would be really cool to use for something, and then I can never find it again. Alright, so there's the wallpaper. Let's put that on there. I'll put the banner image on there as well, I guess. New Clash gonna be new enemies. Yeah, new. That's good, because it'd be kind of annoying if after like sort of revamping it for the GDC, then kind of changing it back to the old version. If it was just the old set of enemies again as well, I feel like that would be super disappointing. Like I feel like it is a little bit disappointing that it is just the old, like it's gone back to the old format. Because I quite liked the new one. Like just being able to get it done a little bit quicker, because you know there weren't as many stages. But
All right, let's do this.
yeah, it's annoying having to use an STR Goku friend for this mission, because the STR units don't really do damage in this event. That's why it's so good actually having the friend Limit Breaker Vegito, but yet the banner isn't dropping. Bring back the old Battlefield. I know, I want the old Battlefield, like Battlefield 1.0, whatever it was called, like the weird side-scrolling thing, because I think did Global get like one time to like play, to like test it, and then, because it happened at least twice on JP, but then people didn't really like it. Okay, so it should be up. Alright, so the video's up. For those of you who were here when we were recording it anyway, obviously do help me out. Go click on the link to the video. Leave a like, leave a comment to say that you came over from the stream. Help the video get some early views. Yeah, JP got it twice, Global only got it once, okay. don't need that open now. Gogeta allegations on Discord. Wait, what about Gogeta? It's weird. I've seen a lot of people say that they don't think Gogeta looks as good as other people are saying that he is. But, like, I feel like the card is meant to be used as, like, you use Golden Frieza to start with. And then, like, Gogeta on his active skill turn can have 100% dodge, whilst also buffing everybody else on the rotation. Like, we've seen a lot of reversible. I guess people are annoyed because it's Gogeta and you don't normally think of him as like the secondary character. But like a lot of the reversible exchange units recently have been like you don't really use the exchange part of the card that much. Like Rose and Zamasu, you don't really use Zamasu very often. Goku and Vegeta, you don't really use Vegeta very often. Like Goten and Trunks and Gohan one's kind of different because in a lot of events, especially with the team build, you switch to Goten and Trunks and then you just use them. Like, Yasha, how's it going, Carlos King?
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, I think this is the Tau. Yeah, this is the Tau active skill. But yeah, the banner's out at like 2 AM UK time, which is like what? There's 9 hours behind, so like 5 PM PST, something like that. Is that right? I know it's PT currently, not PST. Lost Soul Aside comes out 3 hours after the banners. What a fun night it will be. Yeah, going straight from summoning into playing a new game you've been waiting for. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I do like the fact that I like the fact that both the Golden Week units are on the banner, because I don't have either of them. So, as much as Tech Kaioken Goku's not that great, and I don't necessarily really care about actually pulling a copy of him or not, he is a unit that I don't have, so I will take it if I pull a copy of him. And obviously getting a hit would be good, because I can't really make a particularly great Universe 6 team at the moment, because I don't have the LR, Kale and Khalifa either. Part 2 Vegeta and Broly. Yeah, Part 2 God Vegeta and Broly. Helldiver's going up to 500,000 concurrent players after Xbox launch was crazy. Damn. Oh yeah, it was yesterday it came out, wasn't it, on Xbox? Helldivers is popping off again. I haven't played it for ages. Use LR hitting God Goku for the Festival of Battles mission. Choose Vegex, the heroes unit, with the infinite stacking. Yeah, there's the ODST thing, the Halo crossover with like weapons and armors and stuff. That's pretty cool. Part 2 Whis and Broly. It folds. Hey, shout out to Preston for the $5 super chat. So Ningen, if you pull Golden Frieza and Gogeta tomorrow, you should bring them to the Clones event and use Frieza's active skill. Watch his numbers go stupid. Yeah, because the number of times they all attack, right? What is his... Because his active skill is the target ability. Gets 24 key, 400% defense. But then, yeah, he gets 150% attack within the turn. So I guess you'd have to, like... You'd have to deliberately attack the wrong clones on the first turn. And then on the second turn, when they're all attacking like 50 million times, then you go ahead and use the active skill. That'd be pretty funny. He's the active skill literally just because of the extra defense. Vegeta already on the banner. That is true. There is a banner unit Vegeta, so I don't think Vegeta will be part of the Part 2 unit. That's a very good point. Doesn't mean it's impossible, of course, but yeah. I'm trying to think the team that I used to originally beat Festival had an int character on it. Physical character was obviously the 7-year Super Saiyan 4s. I don't know if I used an STR unit though. Broly tag Chilai and Lemo. 11th anniversary part 1, LR Goku Super Saiyan 4 Daima Adult, standalone LR Vegeta Blue, standalone LR Orange Piccolo, part 2 LR Super Saiyan 3 Daima Vegeta, standalone LR Blue Gogeta and LR Transforming Beast Gohan. And that would be a crazy lineup. I don't think they're going to do 6 LRs again. I think that was very much like a 10th anniversary only thing. But yeah, for like a 6 LR lineup, that would be pretty crazy. It would also be funny to see people, like, some people would obviously be happy that we were finally getting a Vegito, but then at the same time as another Broly, like, another Gogeta. Like, Vegito fans would still complain, so they finally get their Vegito, but we also got another Gogeta again as well. Yeah, I don't think it'll be 6 LRs again. So that would be so good, because yeah, Super Broly being part of the Part 2 LR, because obviously he's on the wallpaper and everything. But imagine if it was Z Broly and Super Broly as the Part 2 LR exchange. That'd be cool. Now, Daima has to be the 11th anniversary now. I feel like Tanabata was like the last chance for it to be Daima before the 11th anniversary. And we obviously now know that it isn't. So, the mythical GT base Gogeta. Although, of course, because he exists in other media now, like, GT base Gogeta would just be Dragon Ball Super base Gogeta, but with the different colour, like, vest. Paragus and Super Saiyan 3 Broly with negative defense. Man, another Super Saiyan 3 Broly would be so good, though. But just like not ever gonna happen. At least I don't think so. It should. I love that they used to do stuff like that. Like Super Saiyan 3 Broly, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, like just releasing these random Dokkan Fests of like these cool what if characters. And they are doing stuff like that still, obviously, like with this Frieza and Gogeta, but the fact that like random characters like that, because the what if is just the combo, not the actual characters themselves, right? But like them just random, like imagine if they just randomly one day dropped like a Super Saiyan 3 Vegito, which is technically a hero, so probably they can't. But like stuff like that is just so cool. Like seeing randomly like the next Dokkan Fest is going to be a Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. It's like, what? That's awesome. That's the kind of stuff I want them to do, like more.
All right, let's do this.
Kid Goku be the villain login free-to-play unit. I think Daima is big enough to carry the anniversary. Well, it won't be the only theme. Like it'll be Daima and something else, and then the theme will be some random thing. Like the theme of the GDC was technically just breaking through, which literally could be anything. So they just have to come up with some other kind of theme that would also include Daima, and then it will be Daima and something else. Like imagine that like the theme could be like next like new level of power or something, and then it's Daima Super Saiyan 4 Part 1, Daima Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta Part 2, and then it's like Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo, because that's all of those characters achieving a new level of power. But that's all they have to do. Make a theme that's like vague enough that it includes pretty much anything they want to do. And then, yeah, you can have Daima and superhero, or like Daima and something else. I think that would be cool. Have the Daima characters that we want, and then like a new Beast and Orange Piccolo like units. Those would be good. I wish Mechikabra had gotten like a 220 lead sooner, because his EZA was actually really, really good. Like he had the opportunity to be kind of relevant for a little while, and then yeah, he just never really got the right team. You know, like why out of all of these times that we've completed it, now with multiple different like friend leaders, like why isn't there a single guest friend? Like I don't know why the game keeps giving me HG over Vegeta and Goku when I need Tech Goku over Vegeta. Yeah, I've only got one dupe in each of them. They really think they missed their chance to capitalize on the Daima excitement. Is my Vegito not showing up? Oh no, I used a Vegito friend already. So if yours was set, then that was potentially you. Frieza Gogeta banner is 2 a.m. Let me put a timer on. A timer that I'm sure multiple people will still not actually see. But... That says banners because the last time we had the countdown was for the GDC. Banner, there we go. How many Extreme Z have I got to level 999? Not that many. I think it is literally only the AGL Broly and the movie hero like Tellers, the Tellers one. Impromptu 16-hour subathon. Now I got a bunch of stuff to do today. Going out to run errands after the stream, and then I've got to do some stuff later for videos and that. I'm gonna do a video about that, the divers thing, talking about Marseille and potential Dokkan Fest, which will be super cool. I'll do a video about the banners and everything, and then if the content's coming out at like 2 a.m, probably try and like have a nap at some point as well later. But yeah, the fact that so many other games have like have the adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and Dokkan doesn't yet for some reason. I heard if you drop 400 gifted memberships, it'll go 24 hours. I mean, it probably would still be very awkward for me to do that, like literally right now. But I mean, 400 gifted memberships. Oof. There's that part of me that just wants to be like, oh yeah, I would do it for that. Just like knowing that no one would actually do it. But then just on the off chance that somebody actually did. Like, I can't do that, like, as of right now. A different time, though, when I didn't have, like, stuff that I needed to do. If for some reason that ever was to happen, which, I mean, let's be honest, considering what that would cost for 400 gifted memberships, I don't think I ever have to worry about that actually happening. But if it does, then... I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be right there and then, but yeah, that's... I'll give you that. If someone ever gifts 400 memberships, then I'll do a 24-hour stream, but... Why is it people only pop up in streams when there's a new banner, ask when the banner is, and then disappear without liking, saying thank you, etc.? Yeah, I don't know. Oh wow, yeah, that's literally like basically all the friends used up.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, because like I guess those people are mostly people that don't use like Twitter and don't like follow Proton, like don't go to Dokkan Info and stuff like that, because all that information is there. I don't do this easy A because same problem as you. Yeah, like literally I did some stages the other day. I probably did about 30 or 40 stages. And like there was a guest limit breaker for Geo, like every single time, like the same one. And then all of a sudden, like then, you know, on a different day, it's like now there's no guest friends. That's why the friend system is so annoying. Like... I don't think you'll see Daima for a while. I don't think there's a rights dispute over Daima, is there? It's mostly for like the manga and like the stuff that's like not technically ongoing currently. This is a really bad one. I might actually die because hearts can't really do damage, and then the androids will just get killed. Because normally the androids being on the team is fine because you use their Ghost Usher early, or if they're on the rotation when the enemy's health is low enough that you can't use their active, you normally kill them that turn. But because we've got such a bad like setup here, I mean, if Fu locks in and actually does a bunch of additional supers, he would kill her, but... There we go. But yeah, I thought the whole point of when they updated the thing a little while ago is the guest friends appear when they're like unit that somebody else has used to beat the stage a bunch of times. So like, why don't I have any now at all? The only unit I can pick is an uneasy aid God Trunks. So, yeah, we can't do that anymore. Up to 887. Oh, I hadn't actually collected like any of my daily missions. The red and teal coins section is back in the barbershop. Oh yeah, I saw. So yeah, for people that were complaining, because obviously the coin thing, while they were trying to sort out the issue, the coins thing went away. How many of these do I have? 58. I mean, I got the skill orbs that I wanted for the characters, so... Let's see. Yeah, so this section's back up, although obviously I don't have any. Oh yeah, I got those. I probably want red ones more, so I can turn those into red festival coins and then turn them into normal red coins. There we go. But yeah, the banner unit, the banners like stuff is still there. So like the characters from the GDC banners are still there as well. So that's good. So if you did get affected by the coin issue and now you've got all your coins back and stuff, all of the units that were there are all still available, which is cool. Yellow and blue coin ones are back as well. Although blue coins obviously are somewhat pointless now. Same with yellow coins. Like, even the characters on here that I still need like 1 or 2 dupes for, like, there's no point getting them. Like the Piccolo and Gohan. Like, when am I realistically ever going to be using them? But yeah, the rights issue thing will have nothing to do with, like, while the things are airing. So, like, stuff coming out while Daima was still showing compared to stuff now coming out after it's already finished, and, like, none of that doesn't matter.
All right, let's do this.
Sparking Zero Daima Goku came out after the show ended, yeah. Imagine Hyper, how's it going? I'm 710 plus versus Blue Evolution Vegeta. But easy A's because units. Yeah, like some of the older ones now, like that require certain categories, we have units now that will absolutely just sail through those. Is the family coming at Gohan worth picking up with the teal coins if I have LR Gohan, Goten and Trunks lead? He's a little bit outdated in the difficult content. Like, I don't even run him on that team because he's not a youth character, so he doesn't help the Goten and Trunks. Like, he can work on that team, but yeah, I personally, I don't use him on that team. And Carnival coins for now probably better saved for Rose or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I guess. Why haven't the banners released yet? Because it's not the time that the banners come out. I'm not really sure what the... I'm not really sure how else to answer that. Like, the banner, we got the data download a couple of, like, an hour or so ago now, and that told us the time of the banner, which is in, like, just under 17 hours. Because I guess on the stream they said it was the 28th PST. It's only just become the 28th in PST like an hour ago or something. But it's actually like the evening of the 28th, or, well, it's like late afternoon for US.
All right, let's do this.
How many Link level 10 units do I have now? I think we looked the other day. I'm not super far off of 1,000. Still got a little ways to go. Damn, Tao taking some damage. Need a profile to count how many easy A's we've done. Yeah, I think it's one of those things that, like, because it's not something that most people particularly care about, so it's not like there's nothing in game for, like, seeing it or checking it or anything. The plan is to pull them with tickets and save, if not 800 stones in a dream. Yeah, it would be very nice for this to be the first time I do actually get the new unit with the tickets, because with whatever part 2 is going to be, and then obviously something potential. I don't want to get my hopes up too much, like, but something potentially crazy for like part 2. Or part 2, and then not to get my hopes up, but something potentially interesting for like November.
Right, let's do this.
Like a crossover thing or something. Like if I come out of the celebration with 0 stones, and then like a week later we get Dokkan Fest Marseillan, and he's like the best TUR in the game, I'm going to be very disappointed. I bet 99.9% of the player base doesn't even link level. Probably not like crazy, but I would imagine that they have like their main units, like their favourite teams. They're the units that they use to do like at least missions for stuff, and like the daily Roshi training thing and stuff like that. Like, so they slowly but surely get link leveled, although it takes a while, obviously. Oh, that was my boosts. Just wanted to make sure I'd used those up. 5 stones away from 500. So by the time I get the login and the dailies and stuff for tomorrow, I have 500 stones, which will be after midnight. But we're getting a bunch of the new content as well. So part 2 isn't Broly. I'm kind of tired of Brolys. I mean, I guess we had the full like Broly worldwide, but that was a year ago. We haven't had a new Broly since then, and I want it to be Wrathful Broly, because we haven't had a Wrathful Broly in like forever. You know what I should have tried to do for this? I can't do the 5 one though, because there aren't enough. Because otherwise, I was going to say, there aren't enough heroes fused fighters for... Well, no, you got... Actually, no, of course there is. What am I talking about? I forgot about, like, Gotenks and Gohanks and all them. The Vegito shaft continues in Dokkan. Yeah, I can't believe we never got the Dark Dragon Ball Super Saiyan 4 Broly. With he has like a Timebreaker mask and like the Dragon Ball embedded in his chest. Yeah, the problem is we kind of have to use... I don't want to use Vegex because he's only really good for like long events. I guess we could use a friend limit breaker for Geo rather than a friend Goku, because then that means we can bring one more like non-heroes, non-fused fighter heroes character. Yeah, because remember we can status effect. Let's bring Eos because she can do that start of turn stun thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, let's see if the Heroes team is going to be able to do this Union Master thing. 5 fused fires required. So that means we're not bringing the most optimal of the Heroes team setups, because obviously we have to use all the fused fires. But we'll see how we get on. We've got to bring like the Gohanks and Super Sentai Gohanks and Super Sentai Gotenks. Oof, that was 100k. Yeah, Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, not exactly the slot 1 king that he used to be. Right, nice, we get the crit at least. For the dodge, let's go. It's kind of annoying that this wasn't Gotenks, because he can attack lower. Gohanks can seal, but this guy can't be sealed. Alright, let's get the quad super turn, let's go. Yeah. Well, this is unfortunate. Dodge, maybe? 161, that's not terrible. Well, Piccolo, there won't be a banner unit for the Part 2 banner, because remember, the Part 2 will be a carnival. So, but yeah, God Vegeta and Wrathful Broly reversible exchange would be awesome. I guess the good thing is, because it's a short fight, we can just use that straight away. Do that so we can get the attack lowers in. Do that so we can heal. I like the, even though it's very simple, I like the animation of like the Big Bang hands thing then just going into like the Kamehameha pose. Like, I think that's cool. But yeah, Piccolo didn't do anything in the movie other than teach them the fusion dance. So, but like I said, there won't be a banner unit anyway. Yeah, Broly will be, if we can get Broly sealed like straight away, we have the chance to potentially survive against Broly, because Broly can be attack lowered and sealed, so we might be able to survive. It's going to be a tricky one. No, he's not supering in slot 3, is he? This is where Limit Breaker Vegito like really needed to crit. Oh, bro. Dodge. Let's go! Full dodge build. Okay, so Aos didn't get the start of turn stun, unfortunately. Oof. No, no KO. We can do that and get a full heal. Well, almost full. Then he's going to heal. But he's attack lowered and Vegito has his defense buff from using the active skill. So take double digit damage and then Vegito should kill him. Because doesn't Vegito gets guaranteed crits on the active skill turn, right? So okay. God. Oh god, yeah, I forgot about the bomb orbs as well. Oof. Alright, so we do that. So yeah, he can't be attack lowered, but he can be sealed. So if we do this, Gohanks like seals him first. And then if I do that, lose a bit of HP, but then do that, get basically all of that back. Oh, he is supering straight away though. Oof. Okay, 200k. He heals. I always killed him so fast I didn't even notice. Yeah, because normally if you're just using a Fused Fighters team, you're, you know, you've got like your Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas and STR Gokus and so on. And you kind of demolish the first phase very, very quickly. The fact that we can't attack lower is the thing that's a little bit scary for the Gotenks and Gohanks. But at least we can seal him now. Of course, it's typical that always happens. It's like on a turn where you've got a sealer, and then they super attack straight away in slot 1 before you get a chance to seal them. Okay, good. We still take double-digit damage, though. Yeah, whale problems. Always just kill them too fast. But yeah, Gotenks should be able to do some okay damage. Obviously not like crazy attack stats, but at least he's got type advantage. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward. Let's go. Get that dodge. A little bit worried about physical Super Saiyan 4 for Geo, but at least he's got Saiyan Raw. We know he can't get supered. In fact, it would probably actually just be better for him to get supered in the middle and counter it, rather than him having to take the normal with type disadvantage from this Janemba. But hopefully after supering, like, his defense should be enough that we at least don't die. I'm not expecting him to take like double digits, but... $33k, okay. Okay, not too bad. Will Vegito kill him here? Ah, he needs to do one more super. Damn it. Okay. Well, this is fine. Don't want to grab another same time. I want to get the Dokkan attack, but I guess ideally, if we can save it until the second phase, probably that would be good. But I don't think we'll be able to. Nice. Okay. Oh, of course, he has locking. And he's locked this guy in slot 1. Oof. Well, rip. If he supers in slot 1, that's... it's going to be bad times for us. And we get to attack lower, at least. So if, like, he just normal attacks Gotenks should be okay. But... I mean, yeah, Gotenks just casually attack lowering him like 4 times is pretty good. Oh, of course he did. Bro, come on. He also cancels dodge. Oh, God. 1.2 million. Well. Let me get his actual stats up here as well. Yeah, the final phase Broly disables dodge, not the first one. But yeah, that would be a nightmare. Yeah, I still think this is the better way to do it rather than having a friend like STR Goku and then I have to have like Vegeks instead of Eos. Oh my god, what a first turn this is. Okay, well, not the best first turn. Maybe we could get lucky and just like dodge. 200k normals. We had none of our slot 1 units on the first turn. It's crazy. And he hasn't supered yet either. I mean, I guess we can hope that he supers in slot 3 and Vegito counters it. Man, I wish they'd give... I know he would have been even more broken on release because he was like the best TUR, but I wish they'd given Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito a super attack counter. But yeah, we got to use Vegito as the friend, otherwise we can't. We don't have 5 fused fighter characters. And then I'd have to change Eos on the team for somebody else. Oh, let's go. As I say, of course he supered in the middle against the AGL enemy, but... yeah, he's not quite doing a kick, but it does still also very much look like an art that could have a skateboard photoshopped in, which I think is funny. Oh wow, so yeah, it was the, I didn't even realise it was the Universe Tree Goku that was in slot 7. These are the easiest fights of this year. I don't think I would go that far. I mean, we had an Infinite Dragon Ball History come out during the GDC. But yeah, they're pretty straightforward. The fact that you get to use 3 items as well. Like, obviously we're trying to do it with no items here, but the fact that you can have 3 items helps quite significantly as well. Wow. Well, that's a placement of attacks, all right. Yeah, exactly. Infinite Dragon Ball history is kind of like Boss Rush. It's just like you just breeze through it and get some free stones. Still fun. It's fun to do them with like slightly weaker units that you don't get to use anywhere else. Right. Best stage for link leveling and farming green and blue gems. I'm not sure which one is the one that's the best for like all things, because isn't it like the one that was the previous best link level stage was the one that was best for gems, whereas there's a stage now that is bare for link leveling but not as much for gems. Bringer will probably know. In chat can let me know. It's the one that's good for link leveling and for getting blue and green gems. I can't remember which one it is. What is her thing for stunning everyone? I thought she could do that. Yeah, there you go. Medium chance to stun enemies at the start of the turn, so it is only 30%. New Broly is pretty toxic and hits decently hard. I mean, he can be sealed and attack lowered though, that's the thing. That's the counterbalance for these events. Like, some of the bosses can hit pretty hard. Obviously Broly locks and then in the second phase disables dodge. But he can be sealed and attack lowered, so... Probably just relying on Aos to dodge in slot 3. Although she should seal. And every dodge she gets more defense. Her getting hit is actually good, because when she gets hit, she then heals at the end of the turn. So... let's just do that. Can I get 7 orbs for Goku? No. So I have to get those, which is annoying. Do that. Because we get the same type orbs. But yeah, it's good to have like some events that aren't the craziest. Like every single event coming out is like the new hardest event in the game, right? Now this is a fun one for sort of mid-level account players to like still potentially have the chance to get like no items, and then even for like newer players, if you manage your items and stuff correctly, like the fact that you get to bring 3 different things, so you get 6 items that you can use in this event, and it's 3 fights. So on average, it's like 2 items per fight. But if you get good starting rotations and like you've got good units, you could quite easily no item the first fight. So then yeah, you've got 6 items to spread across 2 fights. Like, you don't even Legends. I do not even Legends. I tried Legends when it first came out, but I just wasn't a huge fan of the gameplay. And obviously playing multiple gachas is always a kind of a nightmare. It's kind of annoying that I couldn't get any same type orbs on this turn. Banner's at 6:30 AM for me. That's not too bad. So when banners are at like 5 AM for me, it's a nightmare. Because it's way too early in the morning to like stay up late until 5 AM. But it's super early, so I've got to get up really early. Whereas like tonight, the banner's coming out at 2 AM, which is still a little bit annoying, but like I can stay up until then, do the summons, hopefully do the 55% showcase, and then just like go to bed. Oh, we might not kill him this turn. He is going to get sealed though, so at least he can't super me, but... Yeah, he just didn't stun again. In fact, what I should do, I'm going to pick up these so I get a heal. And then do that. Nice. Okay. On to Broly again. I'm too scared about him supering in slot 1. I don't want to put Gotenks in slot 1. Because Gotenks will attack lower him, but then if he supers... Oh. Also, Vegito, like... he gets 60% when attacking. Oh, he does have damage reduction as well. I was going to say, because I don't think he'd tank the normals very well, but... I'm too worried about him supering in slot 1 again, which is what he did when we got here last time. Oof. Oh, and he just didn't counter anyway. Okay. Good. Bruh. Yeah, he doesn't actually have any yeah, he doesn't have a like status effect. Is there someone else we could use that would be better? I mean, Pan can stun, and a lot of the bosses can be stunned.
All right, let's
Yeah, you can buy Whis items, yeah. Okay. Oh, the other Vegeta's in slot 7, so I need to do that. I'm glad I checked that, because I don't want to end up with double Vegeta rotation. Yeah, it's got to be a proper heroes team, because technically we could just use a Tech Vegeta friend, because of like the fused fighters thing, but then Tech Vegeta will just dominate at the end, and it's not really a true like heroes team victory. Is Pan going to dodge everything except the super? Oh no. There we go. 100% dodge rate from Pan on that turn. That's what we like to see. She didn't get the stun though, even though he can be stunned. But yeah, I mean, Aos, we never got her thing proc a single time to get the stun against all the enemies, so might as well use Pan. Yeah, you can go into the Zenny, like the Zenny part of the exchange shop, and just buy Whis items. Okay, so it can't be sealed. So I'll do this. Yeah, they're limited. You can only buy a certain number per day. But like if you keep going into the shop every day to get them, then you can end up getting quite a few. Physical Tao or in LR Frieza and Goku as a friend leader. Wait, for what? What, just for like who you should have set in general? I'd say probably Tao, right? Like Frieza and Goku, are people really running their team at the moment? Wow. Good work countering the super there, Vegito. I kind of feel like it's almost better to just have the fusions like on rotation, because keeping like Gogeta on rotation, like keeping Gotenks on rotation, for example, means I can just keep attack lowering. Yeah, just in general. Yeah, I'd say probably Tao, because Tao's team is still really good for like some of the difficult events, like currently. Yeah, I saw people using Tao's team for like the Hybrid Saiyans, like Gohan and Gotenks fights and stuff like that, so oof. It's kind of an awkward first turn. So I'm getting set up with a lot of these bomb orbs. Not really what I want. Mission execution for another few days. Yeah, like, I think the problem with this is it's probably doable if we get a good starting rotation against Broly. But the problem is if we don't get a good starting rotation against Broly, it takes like 10 minutes to get to Broly. And we can potentially just get to him and then die, like, straight away. Which is what's happened, like, both the last times. Tao may be the #1 non-easy AT you are. Yeah, potentially. Okay, so how am I going to do this? All these bomb orbs. I mean, I could try and rely on Pan to get the stun. Oh my god, I'm going to lose so much health on this turn. Pick up the AGL orbs. Alright, Pan, you need to stun. Ah. I mean, he is sealed, so I mean, I guess everyone on the rotation should be able to tank normals for double digits. Imagine if we got a mission. I mean, it would never happen because they don't even do the units anymore, but imagine if we got a mission for Festival to use the Heroes team. The Heroes team that basically doesn't have any stackers, like. Oh yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, like, not even taking double digit damage is kind of crazy. Man, this bomb orb situation is not good. I'll wrap up the stream in a minute anyway, so we'll see what the first rotation is looking like against Broly. Yeah, the only Heroes unit that would even be remotely useful in... Wait, are any of the other ones stacking? There probably is one that I can't remember. But, like, the STR Vegex is a stacking unit. But, like, he stacks quite slowly. You'd have to keep him on rotation. But that's what I did with Int Broly when I used him in that run that I got my first win. You just have to keep him on rotation because he needs to stack, like, a crazy amount. Otherwise, he's just not going to be of any use at all. If I can get the new LR, the animations are so good and epic. I mean, the animations for the new LR are a bit disappointing, but I don't think they're, like, bad. And I know people, I've seen people, like, especially Theo, like Dokkan Assets, very unhappy about the, like, Gogeta having lots of reused, like, stuff, but... Alright, so what are we looking like here? Oh, okay, yeah, this is just, like, instant death straight away. Because the only unit that can go in slot 1 is Vegeta. But he can't really go in slot 1. Because his defense is just not what it used to be. So, yeah, we just instantly die. Good times. The mission on Festival is to use a super STR, and a super physical character on the team. So it's pretty much like it was already doable. Like there are people that will have done for their first run, will have technically already done the mission. So then you just need to redo it with the same team that you used last time. So yeah, even if the charge count disappeared, if you were using a heroes team, like it would be so difficult when you get to the later stages. But anyway, that's going to be it for the stream. I appreciate you guys coming out. So yeah, as per the data download, like everything will be out later tonight. It's what, like 12, well the banner's there, 16 hours from now. So I'll be live later on for summons. I'll put out a summon or skip video later and stuff like that as well, so keep an eye out for all that good stuff. But I appreciate you all coming out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, give a follow if you're on the Twitch side, and I will see you guys all again soon. Have a good one.